place that you visited that you have gone back to a year or more later and noticed that the environment, such as the rocks, soil, and trees, are different? One of the main causes of this is weathering. Weathering is the physical and chemical breakdown of minerals, rocks, and other particles. Physical weathering. Physical weathering is the process where rocks break into smaller particles. This determines the texture of the soil based on the size of the fragments. Examples are sandy soil, clay soil, silt soil, and loamy soil. Disintegration of rocks and minerals is another physical weathering process. We can see the effects on the soil of disintegration of rocks and minerals by looking at the different temperatures such as freezing and thawing. Another physical weathering process is abrasion, or friction, which is when things rub against each other. This happens with water, ice, and wind. An example is when you see water flowing over rocks. Other minor physical weathering processes happen with plants and animals. Chemical weathering. Chemical weathering is a process that changes the mineral composition of rocks. This releases essential nutrients into the soil, which makes it more fertile. Examples of this are calcium, magnesium, and potassium. Hydration. The main chemical process is hydration, which is when the water is absorbed into a mineral. This causes the composition of the rock to change. It will then weaken or break apart. Hydrolysis. During decomposition, water, or H2O, breaks apart into separate molecules O and H. This causes rocks and minerals to break down. Impact on soil. As we talked about earlier, temperature impacts weathering. Each of these photos show a different season. During each season, there is different vegetation. Different vegetation causes different mineral levels within the soil. This is called different soil horizons. These are specific layers of soil that develop over time that are affected by weathering changes. They are each different in texture and mineral content from the one above and below it. The influence of parent material. The type of rock that is impacted during the weathering process is called the parent material. Parent material influences soil characteristics such as color and texture. By looking at these video clips, it is easier to see some of the differences and characteristics of different types of organic soil. Because we cannot always see this deep layer of soil, these pictures show the different colors and textures that can be in the layers underneath the soil we see every day. Finally, weathering will always be an important process to sustain life on Earth.